Gertrude Stein penned the famous line, "A rose is a rose is a rose." But Gertrude was wrong. A rose isn't always a rose. Sometimes it can be the sign of a miracle.
Good Monday morning! I'm actually doing this on my kitchen tabletop, but welcome back to the Thrift Store Rundown's Perked-Up Roses and Rosewood series, bringing The Bachelor, Pretty Little Liars, and Friends, not necessarily in that order always, but always home on a budget. When it comes to all three guilty pleasures in one place, as it stands now, OK Magazine is pretty much the premier delivery system on this channel. This is the August 24th, 2020 issue, and yes, it was published during the COVID era, but hey, if you were ordered by the government to stay home, and even if you lived alone, few things soothe the soul than snuggling up to a good old-fashioned celebrity gossip magazine. And not only is this issue of OK pretty good, with Kenny Chesney setting the record straight, Prince William telling Princess Kate one more baby, and Hollywood mom confessions, which we will talk about, pretty good on the surface. Beneath the surface? This is Deluxe. And why? Because it's got a little bit of everything that I like, including the three core headliners of this series in immediate succession, meaning hit after hit after hit when you turn the next couple of pages. It's as simple as that. We begin with the Friends reunion falling apart. That's right, Bright Kaufman Crane Productions and James Corden's Full Roll 73 were planning a Friends reunion for HBO Max, where they were met with some stringent requests from the stars. No relationship talk, no plastic surgery talk, and even though this is kind of odd in a sad way, given Matthew Perry's passing from a ketamine overdose with imminent criminal charges looming, no substance abuse talk. Regardless, all six friends did what they had to do. Bring us all back to an era of must-see TV, where these friends like us reigned supreme. Speaking of must-see TV, this particular photo, sans Chandler, Matthew Perry, is from the NBC must-see TV all-star tribute to James Bowles, chief sitcom director, sole director for the entire Will and Grace run, and season 1 director of Friends. He did the pilot and a few other episodes. Gathering to honor him were Lisa Kudrow, hi Phoebe, David Schwimmer, hello Ross, the love of my life, Courtney Coates! Hello, Monica! Matt LeBlanc, how you doing, Joey? And Rachel. Hello, Jennifer Aniston. That's quite a serotonin-inducing photo right there, even without my boy, Chandler. We'll remember the reunion fondly, and we'll remember Matthew Perry fondly. This, however, we won't remember so fondly. Moving on to Bachelorette's casting chaos, and boy, do we remember this. Remember Clare Crawley? Yes, he was the one who gave a piece of her mind to probably the lousiest bachelor in the show's history, Juan Pablo Galvez. Come a few years later, she would get the chance to call the shots on her own season of The Bachelorette. And yet she proved to be a lousy bachelorette in her own right, falling head over heels for Dale Moss, and giving no other suitor out there a chance to woo her. To paraphrase Chris Harrison, she blew up The Bachelorette. And so, she left early on, got engaged, and was replaced with Tayshia Adams. She wouldn't last very long with her final pick, Zach. But hey, that's so much for you, and the producers did what they had to do. This is red hot on the red carpet. Stars look fabulous in Feathered Fox, from Scarlett Johansson all the way to Emmy with a storm lead for Euphoria, and Sofia Carson. That's right, Sofia Carson at the Golden Globe Awards in a princess-like Giambattista or Giambattista Valley haute couture gown. Compared to the others, this is kind of overdoing it, but you know Sofia Carson is always bold on any red carpet. This frock here is a tad overdone, but she does look like a princess. I include her in the PLO fraction of this because, well, she was a part of the main cast for The Perfectionist. Ava Jalali. Of course, many of you will know her as Evie from Disney's Descendants, and Lord knows I'm not through with them yet, although I really want to be. Hey, that's TSR for you. Always keeping an open mind, as open as our wallet. Let's move on to bringing your appetite. Celebs chowing down on their favorite comfort foods. To the I admire, on a walk chowing down on a massive stack of pancakes. Muscle man indeed, Dwayne Johnson. I just hope there are millions and millions and millions more of pancakes where that came from. That looks good, even from the side view. And Katie Lee's pizza night with a classic pepperoni pie and a clam and bacon pie, reminiscent of clam chowder. That was July 19th. Yep, you can have it all, even if on the surface you might not want to. But give it a chance. I mean, she's from the kitchen after all, and I have a good many of her cookbooks. Alright, on to OK Couples News. It never not does my heart good to do couples news, especially when, in Love Bites, you got the artists formerly known as the Bella Twins! WWE Hall of Famers Nikki and Brie Bella with their men. Call them the Bellas or call them today the Garcias, but these two never fail to take my breath away. The loves of my life with WWE superstars. Double baby joy, one day apart from each other. Nikki Bella and her fiancé, now husband, Artem Sigvintsev. I gave that an honest try. Had their first child, a baby boy, on July 31st, Mateo. The very next day, August 1st, Nikki's twin sister, Brie, and her husband, Daniel Bryan, now Bryan Danielson, gave birth to their second child, joining daughter Birdie Jo, his son, Buddy, which, fun fact, is Daniel Bryan's father's name, Buddy Danielson. They actually have a rule that all their kids have to start with the letter B. Hey, that makes Sesame Street sponsorship easier if either one of them want to be like a Sesame Street ambassador. And so on that note, we move on to some A-list mom confessions. From strict bedtimes and chores to winding down with wine, these hot Hollywood mamas, Pink, Jennifer Garner, Mila Kunis, Blake Lively, Drew Barrymore, and Kristen Bell, reveal how they tackle parenthood. They also talk about the importance of learning manners and teamwork, enforcing common sense discipline, like the revocation of electronics or banning their favorite dinners, which I think is a little bit harsh, but if you're still serving dinner, why not? They also talk about homeschooling hacks and mandatory parent date nights, which gives Kristen Bell the edge here. Even something as mundane as making some guilty noshing while binging the latest true crime thriller can do wonders for a relationship of any kind, in and out of the spotlight. Hey, Veronica Mars, you never forget your roots, and you never allow your husband, that servant, to do either. Let's move on to Class of the Co-Stars. The drama never ends. These actors secretly butted heads when the cameras weren't rolling. Probably the most bittersweet feature in here, I think you can guess, is Charmed and the battle of the Hollowell sisters away from Hollowell Manor. Alyssa Milano versus Shannen Doherty. The two great rich loves of my life. Phoebe versus Prue, youngest versus eldest. And the one not caught in the middle, I assume because the editor said, okay, didn't literally want to put her in the middle of the drama again because he was the eldest sister on Charmed. Piper Hollowell, the greatest love of my charmed heart, Holly Marie Combs. I wish they had her here, but you know what, for posterity's sake, and for the sake of the truth, I guess it's for the best. Their 3-season-long feud led Shannen Doherty to leave Charmed at the end of season 3. Her character was killed off and replaced with half-sister, half-white lighter Paige Matthews, Rose McGowan, who we talked about last week in another issue of OK Magazine. And Charmed spelled along. It warms my heart to see that these two possibly mended ties, and I say possibly because OK Magazine's track record with the truth, well, somewhat cracked at best. but still, it does warm my heart to see Charmed in here, even if for unpleasant circumstances. Finally, bouncing off on another topic we talked about last week, young Hollywood toning up. Okay, sharing how these stylists maintain their fit figures. We got a whole spectrum of sexiness here. Every one of these actresses dissing on their fitness and nutrition regimes. And yet the two returning hotties, Camila Mendes and Lily Reinhart. You know them, Veronica Lodge and Betty Cooper of Riverdale. Maybe some detailed exercises from these two could do wonders for the real Riverdale stands. But for me, that's just gonna about do it for this. I mean, even without Hollywood Becomes, you got the Bella Twins, you got Charmed, you got Katie Lee Biegel, to be technical with you, you got The Rock, and you got the three core headliners of this particular series, especially Courtney Cox. So, by and by, this is the winner of all 3 weeks and gets all 5 claps. Now you know why this issue of OK Magazine is Deluxe. I smelled what this issue of OK Magazine was cooking, and I was dealt a feast. Thank you all for watching. If we find any more magazines, OK, Us Weekly, or People, that feature the 3 core headliners of this series, Perked-Up Roses and Rosewood, Bachelor, Pretty Little Liars, and Friends, we'll let you know. But for now, I'm signing off and reminding you once more to don't forget to stop and smell both the roses and the coffee. Thanks for tuning in. Just so you know, there's no limit to bringing Hollywood home on a budget. Please go ahead and check out another awesome review like this one by clicking here, and make sure you subscribe by clicking here. Until next time, I'll catch you, as I always do, on the flip side.